Good morning to each and everyone, especially to our panelists and to our advisor, Ms. Emelyn P. Casildo, to our Dean, Mrs. Marjorie H. Gabat, to our instructor, Sir Jeffrey P. Estimada. I am Josffer Lloyd M. Rebugio, and here's our research entitled Level of Satisfaction in Academic Performance of Fourth-Year Hospitality Management Students in Online Learning at the University of Eastern Pangasinan. And here's my co-researchers, Ralp Christian Laurea, Marc Emelson Manzano, Marc Kevin Orcajo, and Marife Tabayoyong. Good morning. Abstract. This thesis focuses on the level of satisfaction in academic performance of fourth-year hospitality management students in online learning at the University of Eastern Pangasinan. The researchers use a validated survey questionnaire as the primary data collection tool and used a descriptive survey method of research. The participants in this study were 59 fourth-year hospitality management students from the University of Eastern Pangasinan. To determine and describe the profile of respondents, statistical procedures such as frequency count and percentage formula were utilized. The weighted mean and 4-point Likert scale were used to determine the level of satisfaction with fourth-year hospitality management students in academic performance of online learning. While person-hour correlation was used to determine the significant relationship between the respondents' profile variables and their level of satisfaction. Female fourth-year hospitality management students at the university make up the majority of responders according to the statistics. Fourth-year hospitality management students in online learning are highly satisfied in terms of assessment. With a weighted average mean of 3.30, they are satisfied in both synchronous and asynchronous methods of flexible learning, with the average weighted means of 3.17 and 3.19. Respectively, between the variables, persons are analysis revealed a significant value of greater than 0.05. It is concluded that there is a significant relationship between the profile variables and the level of satisfaction of students in terms of gender, learning category, devices available, and general weighted average. Therefore, the researchers reject the null hypothesis.
Background of study. The COVID-19 declared as a pandemic by World Health Organization in 2020 has altered, destroyed educational activities, forcing most universities to full closure. Those affected hundreds of millions of students and educators across the globe. According such SAD et al. 2021, those that create a new challenge for both students and teachers. Academic performance refers to how well students success in a variety of subjects. Classroom performance, graduation rates, and standards test results are commonly used by teachers and school officials of access students' accomplishment according Balotpedia point or through this measurement, the level of satisfaction in learning of the student is accessed and understood.
Conceptual framework. In the conceptual framework, we have input, process, output. For the process, gathering and interpretation of data. Number 2, analysis of the independent and dependent variables through statistical tools. And for the output, interpretation of the level of satisfaction in academic performance computed in the process, giving proposed intervention measures based on the analysis performed.
Theoretical framework. The, satisfaction with online learning is based on three learning theories: social cognitive theory, interaction equivalency theory, and social integration theory. Students construct knowledge in a social context while interacting with others, engaging in activities, and receiving feedback. Student interaction with other students, instructors, and content play a significant role in satisfaction. Therefore, satisfaction with the learning experience increases as multiple types of interactivity is used within the learning context. Engaging students in formal extracurricular activities in addition to their academic program improves student satisfaction. Formal faculty, their social interaction is also valued in the learning process.
Statement of the problem. This study aims to focus on the level of satisfaction in academic performance of fourth-year hospitality management student in online learning at the University of Eastern Pangasinan. Especially, this study seeks to answer the following question. 1. What are the profile variables of the respondent in terms of A. Learning category, synchronous, asynchronous, modular. B. Gender. C. Device use. D. General weighted average or G1. 2. What is the level of satisfaction of the fourth-year hospitality management student in terms of these categories of flexible learning at the University of Eastern Pangasinan? A. Synchronous. B. Asynchronous. C. Assessment.
Is there a significant relationship between the profile variable of the respondent to their level of satisfaction? Or what intervention may be suggested for the satisfaction of online learning in the term of academic performance? Not a hypothesis. Following research hypothesis was tested at 0.5 level of satisfaction and stated its null form. There is no significant relationship between the profile variables of the respondent of their level of satisfaction.
Design and methodology. Research design. This study used a quantitative research approach to answer the research question and use statistical analysis to report the findings. Population and locale of the study. The researchers will use simple random sampling. The researchers will include 74% of the total population or 59 fourth-year hospitality management students of the University of Eastern Pangasinan.
Scope and delimitation. This research is delimited to identify: number 1, the profile variables of the respondents in terms of learning category, gender, device use, and general weighted average. Number 2, level of satisfaction in terms of flexible learning, synchronous, asynchronous, and assessment. Number 3, a significant relationship between the profile variables of the respondents of their level of satisfaction. Number 4, intervention may be suggest for the satisfaction of online learning in terms of academic performance. This include 59 respondents or 74% of population of University of Eastern Pakistan, fourth-year hospitality management program.
Data gathering tools. The major method used to collect the data is a Google Form survey questionnaire designed to meet the study's goals. Data gathering procedure. The data collection is based on an online structured questionnaire designed by a Google Form. The survey questionnaire is then formulated after which validated. The instrument will undergo a reliability test using alpha, which is the measure of internal consistency, that is how closely related a set is as a group.
And for the result and discussion, we have table 1, distribution of respondents across their profile variables, n equals 59.
Analysis. Learning category. In the learning category, almost all of the respondents, 38 of them, or 64.41%, choose synchronous learning followed by assessment learning, which has 17 respondents, or 28.81%, and the remaining 4 respondents, or 6.78%, favor asynchronous learning. This indicates that the synchronous learning category is preferred by the majority of responders. Gender. In terms of gender, the number of female respondents, or 55.93%, is nearly equal to the number of female respondent, or 59 respondent, or 100%. According to the data, women are the most common gender among responders. According to the result collected, female respondent make up or 55 or 93% of the population, while male respondent make up 44%. 44.07%. This indicates the majority of the respondent in participant in the research study are female.
Device available. When it comes to available device, 8.31% of the respondents said they have a smartphone, while 3.39% said they use laptop. According to the statistic, one respondent owns 2 devices, smartphone and a laptop. According to 98.31% and 3.39%, the total percentage respectively. As a result, smartphones are the most widely available electronics. General weight average, or GINWA. The term of general weight average, WA, showed that out of 59 respondents, 23 are between the bracket of 85.89. As evidenced by 23 respondents that are equivalent to 38.98%, and rank first, second, 18 out of 59 are within the bracket of 80 to 84 with a 30.51% equivalent. Third, 11 out of 59, which present 18.64% are within the bracket of 19 to 94, and only 7 out of 59, or 11.86%, are in the 75.2 to 79 bracket, which rank last.
Table 2, level of satisfaction of the respondents in terms of these categories of flexible learning. Synchronous. The analysis for the synchronous is most students are satisfied when it comes to during the synchronous class attendance is being checked, which obtain the highest weighted mean equals 3.32. Thus, it means that the students are satisfied with their attendance and presence are being monitored. However, item number 3, during the synchronous class, we conduct recitation. It obtained the lowest weighted mean of 3.12. This equivalent to satisfied. The mean gap does not move away from the highest rank, which means that the satisfaction level of the students was less affected by the conduct of recitation in synchronous class.
Table 3. Level of satisfaction of respondents in terms of this category of flexible learning. Asynchronous. Synchronous, the highest weighted mean of 3.25, equating to highly satisfied. What is the by item number 5? We are able to meet the deadlines of our assessment and or tasks of our asynchronous class. As a result, the students are pretty pleased with their academic accomplishment because they were able to meet their exam or work deadline on time. Students are merely satisfied. With a video recording lecture, they are provided in a synchronous class. According to item number 2, we are given video recorded lecture during our asynchronous class.
Level of satisfaction of respondents in terms of these categories of flexible learning assessment. When it comes to the indicator of assessment, the item that got the highest is item number 1. I am able to meet the deadline of our assessment and tasks set by our instructors, which has a weighted mean of 3.34, indicating that it is highly satisfied. It indicates that when students are given tasks or assessment by teachers, they are extremely satisfied with their academic accomplishments. Item number 4. We get at least one question or assessment in week to gauge our understanding of the week's lesson. Part the lowest weighted mean of 3.27, which is to highly satisfied. Highly satisfied, this means that the gap from the highest weighted means is not or from the lowest weighted mean. As a result, when students receive at least one question or assessment per week, they are also extremely delighted with their academic performance.
Table 5. The overall result of the respondent level of satisfaction in terms of flexible learning. Analysis. Table 5 represent the overall result of the respondent level of satisfaction in terms of flexible learning, asynchronous, and assessment. The results show that the respondent overall levels of satisfaction in terms of flexible learning is at 3.22 with a descriptive equivalent of satisfied assessment. Rank first with an average weighted mean of 3.30 with a descriptive equivalent of highly satisfied. This means that they are more satisfied with their academic performance when given an assessment. Asynchronous rank second with as average weighted mean. of 3.19 with a descriptive equivalent of satisfied asynchronous rank third with an average weighted mean of 3.17 with a descriptive equivalent of satisfied. As a result, a synchronous type of learning is the less preferred by respondent.
Table 6. The significant relationship between the gender profile variables of the respondent to their level of satisfaction is equal to 0.5. Table 6 display the gender graphic of the respondent in regard to the different type of flexible learning. The computed result for the synchronous learning categories was 0.937, indicating that there is a highly association between the profile and the respondent degree of satisfaction. In addition, the computed value for the synchronous kind of learning category is 0.97 to 0.967, indicating that there is a highly association. Finally, the evaluation learning area estimated value of 0.994 indicate a good correlation between the profile and the their respondent degree of satisfaction. Overall, the table show that gender profile have substantial association with respondent level satisfaction, implying that the hypothesis is rejected.
Table 7. The significant relation between the learning category profile of the respondents to their levels of satisfaction. A equals 0.05. The analysis of Table 7, it indicates the relationship between the respondents' preferred learning category and their level of satisfaction. First, the computed value for the synchronous and asynchronous learning category is 0.996, indicating that there is a substantial relationship. Second, the computed value for the synchronous modular learning category is 0.973, indicating that there is a significant link. Finally, the estimated value of 0.990 for the synchronous modular learning category indicates that there is a high association between the profile variables and their degree of satisfaction. The learning categories, on the whole, demonstrate a substantial association between the profile's preferred learning category and the respondent's degree of satisfaction, indicating that the hypothesis was rejected.
Table 8. The significant relationship between the device available profile variable of the respondents to their levels of satisfaction. A equals 0.05. Analysis. Table 8 demonstrates the relationship between the respondents' available device and their satisfaction levels. The smartphone and laptop correlation of, for example, as a compute variable of 0.912 indicating that there is a very significant association between respondents' profile variables and their degree of satisfaction. The next category is smartphone to smartphone and laptop, which has a compute score of 0.695, indicating that there is an average association between responder profile and level of satisfaction. Finally, the laptop, smartphone, and laptop category has a compute value of 0.340, indicating that the profile characteristics and the respondent's degree of satisfaction has a poor link. Overall, there is a strong link between the respondents' chosen device and their satisfaction levels.
Table 9. A significant relationship between the general weighted average and the profile variables of respondents to their level of satisfaction. A equals 0.05. Table 9. Demonstrate the relationship between the respondents' degree of the satisfaction, their general weighted average from the previous semester. The first group 79 to 75 to 79 and 80 to 40, 80 to 84 have a computed value of 0.910, indicating a strong significant link. The second category, 75 to 79 and 85 to 89 have a computed value of 0.929, indicating a strong significant relationship. The third category, 75 to 79 and 90 to 94 have computed value of 0.622, indicating a very significant connection. The fourth group, 80 to 84 and 85 to 89 have a computed value of 0.993, indicating a strong significant connection. The fifth group, 80 to 84 and 90 to 94 have a computed value of 0.883, indicating a strong significant association. The sixth group, 85 to 89 and 90 to 94 have computed value of 0.872, indicating a very significant association. Finally, there were no respondents with general weighted average of 95 to 99. Therefore, the categories 75 to 79 and 95 to 99 and 80 to 84 and 95 to 99, 85 to 89 and 95 to 99, and 90 to 94 and 95 to 99 had no value. The hypothesis will be rejected since the respondents' general weighted average has a substantial association with their degree of satisfaction.
Summary of findings. The silent of findings of the study are as follows. 1. What is the level of satisfaction of fourth-year hospitality management student in terms of these categories of flexible learning at the University of Eastern Pangasinan? In category EEP, the fourth-year hospitality management student were satisfied with the synchronous and asynchronous type of flexible learning, while category C indicates the fourth-year hospitality management students are highly satisfied with the modular type of flexible learning. 2. Is there a significant relationship between the profile variables of the respondent to their level of satisfaction? Table 6 to Table 9 show that there is a significant relationship between the profile variable of the student and their level of satisfaction. This means that their level of satisfaction varies directly by their type of flexible learning. The devices that are available for them use their gender and their general weighted average of previous semester. Therefore, the null hypothesis rejected by the researchers.
For conclusion and recommendation. Conclusion. Based on the summary of findings, the following conclusion were arrived at. Number one, the majority of the respondents are dominated by female fourth-year hospitality management at the university. Number two, based on findings, the level of satisfaction of fourth-year hospitality management student in online learning is highly satisfied in terms of assessment. At the same time, they are satisfied in terms of synchronous assessment. The same synchronous type of flexible learning. Number three, it is concluded that there are significant relationship between the profile variable and the level of satisfaction of student in terms of gender learning categories, device available, and general weighted means. Therefore, the researcher reject the null hypothesis.
Recommendation. Based on the conclusions drawn, the following recommendations are offered. For the students should plan learning experiences that will both challenge and allow them to think and grow and drive themselves in their learning, whether it is conventional or online. For the teachers should be aware of ways of motivating students and fostering positive peer support. Teachers should be able to motivate and inspire students to excel their studies. For parents, academically, emotionally, and mentally, parents should encourage their children. For the researchers should conduct follow-up research in order to improve the betterment of respondents. Future researchers may undertake or conduct more in-depth studies using more variables to determine student satisfaction with online learning in terms of academic success. The researchers' data collecting options are limited as a result of COVID-19 imposed constraints. To validate the conclusions of the study, future researchers can collect using various sampling methods, increase the sample size, or conduct comparative studies in other cities or municipalities. That's all for our presentation entitled The Level of Satisfaction in Academic Performance of Fourth-Year Hospitality Management Students in Online Learning at the University of Eastern Pangasinan. Thank you and God bless.